And hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back here again with another Scottish Premiership match. It is Celtic versus Hibernian. How's everyone doing today? It's me again, it's Luke. Dan's a bit busy tonight, so I'm doing the game for him. And I was actually going to watch the game anyway because I'm looking at the Premier League matches and they're a bit boring today. So a game I'm looking forward to, Celtic versus Hibernian. Guys, get your score predictions down below in the live chat there. And I'm going to read through the lineups for both teams here. We've got Celtic first, the home side. We've got Joe Hart and net, Ralston at right back, Carter Vickers and Jens as the two centre-backs, Bernabei at left back, O'Reilly, Aaron Moy, Hatate in the midfield three, with James Forrest, Giakoumakis up front, and Haksabanovic down that left-hand side, guys. And then for Hibernian, we've got the ex-Scotland keeper David Marshall in net, Stevenson at left back, Hanlon at centre back, Porteous at centre back also, with Cadden at right back, Nohan Kenna in the CDM role, with McCurdy and Boyle as the two wingers, and then Campbell, Newell as the two behind the striker, Kuk Haurich, who's up front today. I'm not too sure how to pronounce his name, but I know he's Ukrainian. But yeah, guys, Dan's in jail. He's not in jail, guys, but he's a bit busy tonight, guys. But I was actually going to watch this game anyway because, as you guys know, I'm a Chelsea fan in the English League, and all the good games in the English League are off tonight. So I was going to watch the Scottish League anyway tonight, Celtic versus Hibs. Because we've got some stinkers on today in the Premier League. But yeah, guys, comment down below your score predictions for the match, and I'll read through them all. I do think it's going to be a Celtic win tonight, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 win. Keep a clean sheet as well. That's my predictions. I reckon Giakoumakis will get 2, and I think Haksabanovic will get 1 as well. That's the prediction, guys. What do you think of the Rangers game on Wednesday night? It was very... First half was good for Rangers, but the second half was absolutely terrible. As soon as Goldson got injured, really, wasn't it? As soon as Goldson got injured, the defence went to shambles. They put Leon King on in the 18-year-old. And then Mo Salah came on as well, got a hat-trick in 7 minutes. So, yeah, it wasn't a good night for Rangers, to be fair. But obviously, Celtic did lose mid-weekend, did get knocked out of the Champions League as well. They lost 2-0 to Leipzig. Bit of a disappointing performance overall. Not quite as bad as the 7-1, but, you know, both sides were very poor in the Champions League this year, and it's fair to say that. But yeah, guys, obviously last weekend as well against St Johnstone, Celtic won 2-1 with some late drama in the game as well. I think it was the 95th minute, wasn't it? Giakoumakis scored the winner. Yeah, the poll says majority Celtic to win. I think it's going to be a fairly straightforward match for Celtic. I do think they're going to win it fairly comfortably here at Celtic Park. But yeah, guys, we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here. I've got Celtic TV on here in the background, ready for the game. Let's have a look. What were your guys' thoughts on the Champions League overall this year for both sides, both Celtic and Rangers? What were your opinions on it? Do you think it's a season to forget, really, isn't it? I think Rangers can still get Europa League, can't they? I don't think Celtic can. I think Celtic are out of Europe overall, aren't they? All Scottish clubs have been crap in Europe. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Hearts weren't great either, were they? So SPFL is a one-team league. Rangers may be rivals to Celtic, but they're not challengers. Celtic, on their worst day, wouldn't get beat 7-1 off Liverpool. No chance. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think Liverpool they just turned to another gear in the second half because Rangers were doing really well in the first half. They obviously got the first goal through Scott Arfield, and then kind of the floodgates opened when Goldson came off. And they got a bit unlucky with injuries, really, as well. But yeah, you know, it's only 2 points separate the two sides now. Obviously, if we win today, if Celtic win today, they go 5 points clear. But you know, Rangers are playing tomorrow, so Wouldn't call it a one team league, but yeah. Serial loser Tavernier statement, embarrassing. All right, guys, drop a like on the stream as well if you're new around here, and give us a subscription as well if you're new to the channel. It helps out the stream a lot as well, and it helps out the channel a lot. Obviously, Dan will be back tomorrow for the Rangers game as well. But yeah, guys. But you know, Rangers can still get Europa League, guys. So we'll be covering the Champions League matches as well midweek for both sides, really. But obviously, Rangers could potentially get something out of their group still here. So Rangers won we played well in the first half trophy. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, the overall performance was absolutely stinking, but you know, it's like Celtic versus Real Madrid. You guys are brilliant in the first half, and then it wasn't exactly amazing in the second half. It happens sometimes. But yeah, well, I do think Celtic, to be fair, I do think Celtic are the better side this year. I'm going to be honest. That's my opinion, but I think they do have a stronger team. I think the management's a lot better as well. I think Ange is a really good manager. Why not Aberdeen versus Hearts tomorrow? Dan might do that game, actually. I'm not too sure if he will. I know he does some Hearts games sometimes. So he might do that one. Is it the same time as Rangers, though? If it's the same time as Rangers, I'll probably do the Rangers one over the Hearts game. But yeah, guys, comment down below your score predictions as well. I want to know your guys' thoughts on the game. I heard something as well on the build up to the game. I didn't actually know was true. Obviously it is, but Ange Postecoglou is unbeaten domestically for Celtic. Is that true as well? That's pretty crazy if that is. Unbeaten since he joined the club. But yeah, guys, we're about 5 minutes away here from kickoff now. It's just the build up to the games on here. Yeah, but I think Ange is a great manager as well, and I think, I do think Celtic will win the league this year. People generally asking why not Aberdeen versus Hearts over Rangers. Katrina says 3-1 Celtic. Yeah, that's fairly realistic. I said 3-0 Celtic. I do think they'll keep a clean sheet today, to be fair. John Mitchell says 5-0 Celtic. Yeah, possible. The Rangers kick off at 12, Aberdeen at 3. Well, there you go. Dan might do the Hearts Aberdeen game. We'll have to find out. That's definitely not true. I didn't know, guys. I just heard someone say that he's unbeaten or something. Might be at home, is it? Is he unbeaten at Celtic Park since he joined, maybe? That's what the guy was saying. But yeah, guys, the game last week was really good, though, against St. Johnstone. I think Dan was streaming it, wasn't he? And that Mitchell guy scored in the 93rd minute. And then Giacomakis scored in the 95th minute. It was a very crazy ending. Have you spoke about Hibs yet? Not too much, really. I'm not too familiar with Hibs, to be honest with you guys. I just keep an eye on Celtic and Rangers, to be honest, in the league. That's the only thing I keep them on. But I know Hibs are third in the table. They're third in the table. St. Mirren, fourth. I don't know too much about Hibs, to be honest with you guys. I actually used to manage them on Football Manager a few years ago, but that's all I know. I know Josh Doig is a good left back. That's about my knowledge of Hibs, guys. Yeah, that's what I think it was, guys. They might be unbeaten at home domestically since he came in. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. But still, a good record nonetheless, I suppose. Patrick says 4-0 Celtic. It could be a close game, guys. It's quite a rotated squad as well. Jovanovic is obviously not playing. As well, Kygo is not playing either. Jota's injured. McGregor's injured. So, yeah, it's a heavily rotated, well, not heavily rotated, but it's a fairly rotated squad here. But I think it'll be pretty straightforward for Celtic. Taylor's not starting either. It's going to be a good game, guys. It's going to be a really good game. Josh Doyle get left back on Football Manager. Yeah, so I used to sign him. Didn't they lose to St Mirren at home? I think I was away. More teams in this league than the Glasgow ones. Yeah, I know that's true, guys. I know that's true, but they are the two famous teams in the league, so that's what people keep their eyes on mostly. As a neutral. This game might get delayed because a lot of Scottish Championship games have been delayed. As a Raith Rover fan, looks like our game's out the window. Sorry to hear that. Why were they delayed? Celtic were unbeaten domestically until St Mirren game a few weeks ago. Yeah, I meant like since Ange started, I think he's unbeaten at Celtic Park, guys. So that's what I meant to say, sorry. But yeah, guys, we're about 3 minutes from kickoff here, and the players are getting ready to come out the tunnel. Yeah, guys, drop a like on the stream if you're new around here as well. Subscribe to the channel. Dan will be back tomorrow for the Rangers game and potentially the Hearts and Aberdeen game. We'll see. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. It's a nice stadium, Celtic Park, though. It has to be said. I like the Celtic kits this year as well. I like the Adidas. I think Adidas is the best shirt sponsor, definitely. They were playing in. I watched the Leipzig game. Obviously, I was streaming the Leipzig game, not the last one, but the week before that. And yeah, they had like the black or dark navy blue kit, and it was really, really nice. Scottish clubs like a little fight in yellow. Traffic. They postponed the games because of traffic. It's just the fans couldn't get there. Obviously, the team bus couldn't get there. It's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I think this game will go ahead though, guys. I don't think this one's going to be delayed. Biggest and best stadium in Scotland. Yeah, it's a nice stadium, guys. It is a nice stadium. Rangers got pumped. Yeah, guys, I watched the game. It was, games like that though. When you bring Mo Salah on, I know Liverpool been poor this season, but it was just, Mo Salah was on his day. Had a great game. Came on 7-minute hat trick. Don't get me wrong, it was terrible defending by Rangers. It was a terrible second half, but yeah, guys, we'll read through the lineups again here because I'm not too sure what's happening. They're taking a little while for the players to get out of the tunnel. But Joe Hart and Ralston at right back. Who was he the guy that kind of set up the goal last weekend against St Johnstone? Kind of down that left-hand side, I believe. I'm pretty sure he kind of started the attack, didn't he? Might just be chatting absolute crap. I just watched the highlights beforehand. But yeah, guys. And Norma Kenner as well in the midfield for Hibs. Good little player. And I like Boyle as well. Boyle's a decent little player. But yeah, guys, the players are coming out of the tunnel now here for getting ready for kickoff. We're about a minute away. There's not that money invested in the Scottish Premiership. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like you come against Liverpool, for example. They spent 100 million or 60 or 70 million on a striker this season. Celtic and Rangers don't even spend that in a whole transfer window, let alone on one player. So the big difference in money in terms of league. So it is always hard to come against these teams. Ange Postecoglou. Could potentially be leaving. Well, a few weeks ago he was linked to a move away, wasn't he? Brighton job. The current Rangers side is an aging side. McGregor, Davies, McLaughlin, all over the age of 35, all needing replaced soon. Yeah, I think, we'll talk about Celtic anyway, but I think Rangers need to rebuild massively. The live stream will start Should be starting now, guys. Kickoff's about underway. It's just the two captains here, Marshall and Carter Vickers, flipping a coin, get ready for kickoff. David Marshall, man, he's ancient as well. He's like, what, 37, 38? He's been around for years, man. I remember him at Cardiff. David Marshall. It's going to be a hard season, though, for Rangers, I think, now, though. With, as you mentioned, the aging squad, it's going to be a difficult season. I do think... I see 2020 Luke is there and Celtic fall apart. 2022 no Luke, Celtic storm back, Luke back for Real Madrid, and we'll see. I used to have a really good thing. Every time I used to watch Rangers play, they always used to win. They never, well, or draw. I never watched the Rangers lose for like ages. Like never seen a game of Rangers lose before. And then recently I've been watching them. They've been losing a fair few. I think the first one I watched was against I think it was St Johnstone in the cup final. They lost. Yeah, maybe, I think so. Anyway, we're underway here, guys, for kickoff. It is Hibs in possession here now with their Ukrainian striker. He passes it down left here for the winger for Hibs to whip it into the area. That falls down to the right-hand side into the box. Trying to tee up a shot here from the edge of the box, but Celtic do clear it away with Jens. And Celtic do win back possession here with Haksabanovic. Haksabanovic now driving forward with the ball for Celtic. Down that left-hand side. He gets a ball into the area, falls to Giacomakis. It's head, but he heads it straight into the path of David Marshall to collect quite easily there for Celtic. But a good early chance there for the Glasgow side to get a goal, but it was with a weak header there by the striker. I also got the St Mirren game versus St Johnstone game on the St Mirren versus Kilmarnock game there, and then St Johnstone versus Livingston game there as well, guys. Just in case there's any St Johnstone fans out there watching the stream, or Livingston. I know that they have quite a loyal fan base out in Scotland. But it is Hibs now on the ball here, down that right-hand side, driving forward, but it's a good tackle there by the Celtic defence. And Celtic do win a free kick here after the Hibs attacker fouled Hatate. Vickers is Celtic's most consistent player since he joined. Didn't Carter Vickers used to play for Spurs back in the day? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he was a Spurs youngster. I'm pretty sure. He's only 24 as well. He's been around for a little while. Yeah, you signed him from Spurs, didn't you? Yeah, Celtic, yeah. You had him on loan and then you signed him from Spurs. I thought he was a Spurs boy. Marshall should throw one. Yeah, Marshall's ancient, mate. Marshall's ancient. Well, he's younger than McGregor. But it is Hibs on the ball here now with Newell. Newell's trying to pass it down that left-hand side for McCurdy to chase. And McCurdy has won the ball here. He's got Cameron and Carter Vickers to beat here down that left-hand side. He chooses to run back towards his keeper and pass it back to Newell. Now Newell to Stevenson, the left-back. Now back to Newell. Trying to learn the Hibs players as we go along here. I know a few of them. I know Boyle. And I know Kenner. That's about it. But the Hibs player is offside here, and Celtic do get a free kick. Yeah, I just checked his career there. Spurs had loaned him out quite a few times, yeah. But he's a good little player, though. He's a good little player. He's got a few caps for America as well. Or USA, sorry, should I say. He's still young, though, guys, and he's only 24, so he's been around for ages. It is Celtic on the attack now, though, guys, from that free kick. Down that left-hand side here. Haksabanovic now to Hatate. Hatate getting a ball into the area, but it's a bit of a poor cross, and it goes out of play here for a Hibs goal kick. But a nice, lively start from Celtic there on the attack. Jesus, the man with the dog knows more Hibs players than you. Yeah, guys, I don't really watch too much Scottish football. I mean, I keep an eye on Celtic and Rangers. That's about it, really. And I used to manage Hibs about 3 years ago in Football Manager, so I'm sure some of the players have been and gone by them. But it is Hibs now on the ball here from the goal kick. And it's David Marshall in possession now. Cameron Carter-Vickers is the second fastest player at Celtic, which is unusual for a centre-back. Definitely handy though, like if you've got some rapid striker up against. Good to have those legs. Oh, fucking EPL. Guys, I'm a Premier League fan, but the way I seen it though, I said I was going to rather watch the Celtic game versus Hibs anyway, rather than the other Premier League games that are on today because they're stinking. But yeah, guys, it is Celtic in possession here now with Jens. He gives it across to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now back to Jens again. He gives it into the midfield to O'Reilly. Now back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now across to Hagbanovic. Hagbanovic across to Hatate. Now Hatate booting it long for James Forrest here. Forrest have a good chance for Celtic. He gives it across to Aaron Moy. Moy now with a shot. And it's blocked away by the Hibs defence, Hanlon. And it goes out of a corner for Celtic. Aaron Moy, ex-Huddersfield and Brighton player. Australian as well. See, I know the Celtic players. I know these guys. It's just the Hibs players I'm not too sure about. I do know a fair few Hearts players as well. It's just Hibs that I'm not too clued up on. But yeah, Hibs player has gone down here, guys. Which EPL team do you support? I support Chelsea, guys. That's my team. That is my team I support. But when it comes to Scotland, I'm fairly unbiased. Sounds like a shandy drinking southerner, so I'm guessing he's an Arsenal fan. No. Hagbanovic now for the corner for Celtic. He's been a good signing, hasn't he, since he joined? Try and get a ball into the area here. I think Leicester did get a point, guys. I think it was 0-0, wasn't it? That corner falls to Aaron Moy here. Moy now on the ball for Celtic. Gives it across back to O'Reilly with a ball into the area. Falls to the feet here of Hagbanovic. Now Hagbanovic across to James Forrest. James Forrest now back to Hagbanovic. Now back to Holston. Holston with a shot. This falls into the David Marshall's hands. So Ralston with a shot, sorry. Bit of a weak effort though. David Marshall collected it quite easily there. Oh dear, Chelsea, oh dear. Arsenal, Chelsea, whatever, all the same. Brilliant. Celtic do win back possession here again though from the goal kick with Hagbanovic now down that left-hand side. He tries to pass it onto O'Reilly, but his pass is intercepted there by Boyle for Hibs. Now Hibs do have possession here. And it goes out for a throwing to Celtic. Now Cameron Carter-Vickers collects it and clears it away up the park, trying to find James Forrest, but it's headed away there by Stevenson, the Hibs left back. And now it falls to Martin Boyle. Martin Boyle now to Cadden. And Cadden loses the ball there to Hatate, but it falls back to Newell for Hibs. And now Newell across to Boyle. Boyle down that right-hand side. Can he make something happen? Whips the ball into the area, but it's cleared away there quite comfortably there by Ralston. And now Celtic on the attack here, but it's intercepted by Hibs, and Hibs boot it out of play. DPG, I actually support 3 teams. 1 Ireland, 2 Celtic, and then 3 every team that plays this new Rangers team. Love it. Celtic now. attacking forward. Jens putting a long ball forward here for Hibernian to chase. Hibernian down the ball for Celtic. He whips it into the area, falls to Forrest, and it's 1-0. James Forrest makes it 1-0 Celtic. And I've seen it in the chat first, so I need to quickly reload my Celtic TV because that was a bit laggy for me. But James Forrest makes it 1-0 for Celtic. And there's a good play there for by Hibernian down that left-hand side. And it's quite a little easy finish for Forrest to tap in and make it 1-0 there. But I was a bit delayed there, guys, I think. So I'm going to quickly reload this. But yeah, good play by Celtic down that left-hand side with Hibernian to whip it in. And it's a nice, easy tap in there for Forrest. Good play. Hasn't Forrest like in his well not recently, but I know in his career because he's been at Celtic his whole career, hasn't he, James Forrest? As far as I know, and well, not all of his career, but he's well, yeah, all of his career, sorry. And he's had a fair few injuries recently, not recently, but in the last few seasons, hasn't he? So he's kind of been in and out of the squad. So every time I always hear that James Forrest is injured. Like I know he's a good player as well. He's 30 odd now, isn't he? So, Luke, who do you prefer, Celtic or Rangers? I don't really have a preference, to be honest. I just think they're both great teams, really. But obviously, can't really say one or the other, and I can't say I like them both because that wouldn't go down well. I don't really have a preference when it comes to them. I know, to be honest with you guys, I don't really mind. I only support one team, guys, and that's Chelsea, I'm afraid. This game is an easy 4 or 5-0 win for Celtic. Hibs are terrible. Yeah, I agree, guys. It's going to be an absolute pumping, I think. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, Forrest has been at Celtic all his career, 11 years now. Yeah, he's been there for ages. He's 31 now as well, isn't he? But yeah, he's had fair few injuries though, hasn't he, in his career? Like, it's kind of stumbled his playing time and stuff like that. Napoli will destroy Rangers. Tav will be in tears again. Napoli are good though, guys. You've got to admit, Napoli have been really good so far this season, both domestically and in Europe. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Yeah, had a fair few injuries, but try and be a skillful winger in Scotland. Yeah, when Fergus getting it. Yeah, well, it's a very physical league, isn't it? So he prefers Rangers over Celtic. We all know it by now. Not really, guys. Forrest should start more than Maida. Maida isn't good enough. Yeah, every time I watch Maida, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, in Champions League this season, also I watched the Real Madrid game and the Leipzig game. I didn't think he was very good. I think he was a bit quiet, especially against Leipzig. Leipzig, yeah, he was a bit quiet. He didn't really do much. In the first game against Leipzig, I'm on about because that's the one I watched. No, I didn't watch the second one. Yeah, Forrest looks decent though. Whatever happened? Probably you guys are probably sick of hearing about. Whatever happened to that Karamako Dembele guy? Is he still around? Because he was meant to be like the next big thing, wasn't he? Karamako Dembele. Is he still around the club? Is he? He must be like 30 now, is he? He's been around for years. But it is Celtic here in possession here. They do kick out a play though, so it will be a throw into Hibs. But yeah, it's going to be so far it's been all Celtic, guys, to be honest with you. Hibs had a cross in the box earlier, but nothing really came of it. Oh, he's left Celtic now, is he? There you go then. But it is Hibs now in possession here, just passing it around their two defenders. Probably just trying to maintain a little bit of possession in this game. It is Stevenson now booting it forward here for Kakaharic to chase the Ukrainian striker, I'll call him, because I don't know how to pronounce his name. Dumbbell sent to France or Belgium, I think. Dumbbell. Didn't push out partly due to an injury, and Karamako is about 21. He left on a free. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it, really? But Martin Boyle now for Hibs down that right-hand side. He's got a nice tackle there by Burnaby to win a goal kick for Celtic. 15 minutes played so far, guys, and so far I think it's going to be a bit of a pump in here. I think Celtic will win it relatively comfortably. Carter Vickers now on the ball. He gives it across to Moy. Moy now back to Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers booting it long here, trying to find Giamakis, but it's a very poor pass. And it falls to David Marshall. But Hibs do get the possession back here now with Boyle down the right-hand side. He gives it across to Cadden now. Cadden trying to whip it into the area, but it's cleared away there by Jens, and Celtic are attacking now with Haksabanovic. Haksabanovic now giving it to Hatate, now back to Haksabanovic, but Kenner gets there first. And he gives it back to David Marshall here. Marshall now across to Stevenson. Stevenson booting it long here, trying to find McCurdy. He managed to do so. Now McCurdy on the ball here for Hibs. Runs out of play, and it'll be a throwing here for Celtic. Rangers are going to struggle against Motherwell since Goldson is injured. Guys, I'm not sure about Motherwell, but I think they will struggle for the remainder of the time he's out, because their defensive issues are poor. And didn't Ben Davies get injured again? I'm pretty sure, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he got injured again. Dembele might do better in a foreign league. His skill set and physicality wasn't made for the SPFL. Remember, I watched the game he played against Hearts, and he was really, really good. And that's about it. But it is Celtic in possession here now with Jens. And should do this lineup more often. Yeah, they're playing well so far. It's good to rotate as well. Jens now booting it long for Haksabanovic. Now Haksabanovic gives it across to Hatate. Giamakis in the 2-0 Celtic. Giamakis makes it 2 for Celtic. Lovely play there down that left-hand side again. Yeah, 2-0. It was Burnaby, whipped it into the area, I'm pretty sure. And Giamakis got on the end of the cross and made it 2-0. Game done and dusted. 17 minutes played. Lovely football there. Nice cross as well. Really good cross into the area. And that is 2-0, guys. Giamakis. He's good. I do like him. He's a really good player, actually. When I managed Ross County on FM as well, guys, he was in the league, obviously, and he was the best player on the thing. Forrest Depot start getting games over Maida. Yeah, I agree. He looks really good so far, guys. Now it's Forrest on the ball here for Celtic again. He gives it across to Ralston, but Ralston tries to whip into the area, but it's cleared over the bar there for a Celtic corner kick. But Celtic straight away there on the attack from kickoff, winning the possession back. Where's Dan? Dan is a bit busy at the moment. He's got no Wi-Fi, so he can't actually stream or even watch the game. So he asked me to do it. And as I was saying to the rest of the chat, I was actually going to watch it anyway because the Premier League games that are on are stinking. James Forrest with a strike here, and it's straight into the hands of David Marshall. But he's getting himself... well, not a bad little effort. It's a bit direct, so the keeper was easy to save it. But yeah, Celtic looking really good so far, guys. David Marshall boots out the field here, but it falls to Carter Vickers who heads it on, trying to find the Celtic attacker, but Hibs do win it back here now. And do win a free kick after a foul on their right back. Giamakis there just fouling the Hibs right back, and Hibs play it quickly here to Martin Boyle. Boyle now on the ball. Gives it back to the right back, then boots it long here. And that falls into the hands of Joe Hart. Now O'Reilly on the ball here. Gives it across to Forrest. Forrest now bombing forward through the centre of the park here from the right-hand side. He then gives it to O'Reilly. Now to Giamakis. And then Giamakis loses the ball there. And now Hibs are on the ball down that left-hand side here with McCurdy. But McCurdy's dispossessed by Ralston. Ralston gives it across to Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers now to O'Reilly. O'Reilly trying to find Giamakis there from a long ball forward. But again, he's overhit it. It falls to David Marshall's hands. I might have to change my score predictions, guys. I think 3-0 was a bit too tame. I think it might be a little bit more than that. Hibs with a good chance there, though, from the right back, who whipped a ball into the area, but Carter Vickers cleared it away. But a nice ball into the area. Now Bernabei with a throw-in for Celtic here. He throws it long here, but it falls to the Hibs centre-back. He then passes it back to David Marshall. He then gives it across to his centre-back. Now back to David Marshall again. Now across to Stevenson, who switches the play down that right-hand side, trying to find Martin Boyle. But Bernabei heads it away here. A bit out of play, so it'll be a Hibs throw-in. Napoli away next, absolutely dreading it. Yeah, Napoli look really good, guys. As long as Liverpool beat Ajax and you can potentially get something, you'll be all right. But Celtic do win a throw-in here down that right-hand side, and Carter Vickers collects it from the throw-in and gives it back to Joe Hart. But yeah, guys, it's been all Celtic so far. It's been a pretty straightforward first half of them now, and he's got Hagsbanovic chasing the ball down that left-hand side here. One-on-one with his right back. Whips it into the area. It's cleared away by David Marshall's feet, but only as far as to O'Reilly. And down to Forrest. Shoots! Is that over the line? Yes, it's 3-0, guys. James Forrest, an absolute stinker by David Marshall there. Absolute howler. He kind of saved it, but it went over the line and he sweeped it away when it went over the line. So yeah, it is 3-0, guys. Forrest again there. That was really good play by Celtic again. And guys, this can be an absolute pumping, I think. Let's have a look at the replay here. Was it quite obvious, the over the line? It just fell to Forrest's feet here. What we get? A shot. Oh, stinking by David Marshall there. He had it in his hands when he dropped it past the line. Obviously, he used to play for Celtic, so I don't know. Maybe a little soft spot for the club. So he's having an absolute stinker so far. What are you reckoning, guys? David Marshall paid off, or? Joking. But Forrest having a game of his life, mate. Absolute beast in it, mate. Looking good. Looking good down that right-hand side. Looking really good. Definitely better than that Maida guy when I've been watching Celtic play. It'll get to 5-0 and that's it. Yeah, I said 3-0, guys. So this is my prediction here. And it's 25 minutes played so far. So it could be 5-0 probably, I think. Why are Hibs a team? Boyle now to Kenner. Kenner now on the ball here. Great little player. Gives it back to Martin Boyle. Whips it into the area. And it's cleared away nicely there by Ralston. But it falls back to the Hibs defender. But he's getting chased down by Giamakis. Now Giamakis wins it here. Trying to dip it over for Hatate to chase, but it's cleared away again by Porteous. The Hibs centre-back there. The Celtic fans I speak to don't like Forrest. I think he's been decent for Celtic. He's been really good today, so... But Hibs do have a free kick here now. Bubblegum says 6-1. Don't know. I don't see Hibs scoring, to be honest with you guys. But Bernabé now on the ball for Celtic. Just gets past Boyle there. Now running down that left-hand side with the ball. Tries to give it to Hatate in the midfield, but it's a poor pass. And then Hibs do win it back in the midfield and give it back to David Marshall here. David Marshall just boots it long, trying to avoid any error. Trying to find McCurdy, but his ball goes out of play here for a Celtic throw-in. And that's a terrible throw by Ralston, but the referee says it's fine. Ralston now giving it back to Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers across to Joe Hart. Now across to Jens. Jens now to O'Reilly. Whipping it down to Hagbanovic to chase down that left-hand side, but he hits it too hard and it goes out of play for a Hibs. Throwing there in their own half though. Got Kyogo on the sidelines there as well. Now Jens on the ball, gives it back to Carter Vickers. I think Forrest will get a hat-trick. I think so too, guys. I think he will. Can't believe he's 31. Crazy. Forrest now on the ball here for Celtic. Giving it across to Hagbanovic down that left-hand side. It's a poor pass, but Hagbanovic does win it. Nonetheless, he then passes it into O'Reilly. O'Reilly now whips it in, but it's cleared away off the line there by Kenner. Kenner clearing it away for Hibs. But it falls back to Bernabé. Bernabé with a shot. Bounces off the Hibs defender and it goes out of play for a Celtic corner. And this is ruthless play so far by Celtic. Non-stop attacks in that Hibs defence. And it's going to be a long day for any Hibs supporters. Hibs is very bad. It's obvious that Celtic will win. Yes, they have been bad so far. Hagbanovic now whipping it in from the corner. Finds a Jens header, but he heads it over the bar there. Oh, Giamakis, sorry, heads it over the bar. And it goes out of play here for a Hibs goal kick. Let's see if David Marshall can hit it in the right direction instead of the back of his net. Rangers lucky they don't have players in the World Cup. They will get a break so Gio can sort them out. Lol, couldn't go. Sort of 6p. I don't like Celtic, but they're going to win 6-1. It's a good prediction. It's a good prediction, but I don't think I don't think Hibs will score. David Marshall booting it long here, but it falls to Carter Vickers' head and he heads it straight out the park back to David Marshall. Marshall now rolling it out for Cadden, I believe. They're right back. He then boots it long, trying to find Martin Boyle. And it's offside. So Celtic win a free kick here. Don't know why Martin Boyle hasn't got joined a bigger club. Absolutely brilliant player. I think he was linked to Barcelona in the summer, wasn't he, Martin Boyle? But it is Celtic, sorry, on the attack here now. With Ralston. Ralston on the ball here. What can he do with it? Gives it back to Jens. Jens now to O'Reilly. Now to Bernabei. Bernabei on the ball. Gives it to Haksabanovic. Haksabanovic now to Hatate. Hatate whips it in, but it's blocked there by the Hibs defence. And it goes out of play for another Celtic corner. Haksabanovic now from the corner. What can he do from here? Can he get a Celtic player's head on it, make it 4-0 before half time? Whips it into the area. And it falls to Carter Vickers, but he clears it back to his defence. Now Bernabei on the ball here. Dips it into the area. Trying to find a Celtic attacker. It falls to Moy. Moy now to Forrest. Forrest tries to do some keep-ups past the Hibs defence, but it's cleared away by Hibs. But it falls back to Bernabei here. What can he do on the ball? Gives it out to Haksabanovic down that left-hand side. He then whips another ball into the area. But it's a terrible cross, and it goes out of play for a goal kick for Hibs. It was clear as day we needed a new keeper. The board penny pinched and gave McGregor a new deal. I think McGregor's a very good player on his day, but he's very old. He was great against Liverpool in the first game when you lost 2-0. He was really, really good. But it is Hibs now in possession with Porteous. He gives it down to Stevenson down that left-hand side. Now back to Hanlon. Hanlon then is kicking out a play, and it'll be a Celtic throw-in. And he throws it back to Carter Vickers here. Oh, McGregor was terrible on Wednesday, but I meant the first game against Liverpool, he was really good. That's I mean, he's quite inconsistent with his performances. But he's better than McLaughlin. McLaughlin's pish. Now Jens on the ball. Jens driving forward with the ball here for Celtic. Come on, Jens. Jens rolls out of play, though, for a Hibs throw-in. But that was a really good run there from the centre-back. Celtic just enjoying themselves this game. You can tell they're playing quite freely now. They are 3-0 up, and I think they know they've won the game now, so they're just kind of messing about, really. Enjoying the game. Joe Hart is the most overrated goalkeeper right now. Don't know. I don't think Joe Hart's anything special, don't get me wrong. But you got that Seagrass guy as well, haven't you? You bought him from Dundee United, I think. He was a good keeper when he played for Dundee. I'm pretty sure he played for Dundee. Yeah, Dundee, yeah. He was good at Dundee. He's a good backup keeper to have. As a Celtic fan, McGregor is a good keeper. I think he's a good keeper as well, but he is old. It's not shy away from the fact that he's old. But Celtic do have the ball here now with Cameron Carter-Vickers. He gives it back to Joe Hart. Joe Hart now to Jens. Now to Bernabei. Bernabei now to Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers now booting along for Haksabanovic. Now to Hatate. Hatate now to Haksabanovic again. Now back to Hatate. I do like Hatate. He gives it across to O'Reilly. Now back down to Hagbanovic down that left-hand side. Now across to Hatate again. What can he do? Can he whip it into the area? He can. And just goes out of play for a goal kick for Hibs there. Thoughts on Liverpool 7, Rangers 1? Poor second half performance from Rangers. It's terrible. Sirigas is on a free. He's a good backup keeper to have. He was good at Dundee. That Omania goalkeeper is a shout for Rangers. Yeah, he looked good actually, didn't he, against Man United the other day? It was like 33 saves, something crazy. And obviously they scored in the 93rd minute, which is a bit of a heartbreak for him. I'll tell you what I do like for Celtic, that Turnbull guy, David Turnbull, he's a really good player. I do like Turnbull. Now Moy to Forrest here. Forrest, he looks quite lively on the ball every time he gets it. He gives it across to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now to Hagbanovic. Hagbanovic down that left-hand side for Celtic. Gives it back to Bernabei. He then runs it back towards Jens. Now Jens on the ball. Gives it across to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now to Moy. Moy now, a nice pass across to Hagbanovic, but it's a great tackle there by the Hibs defender. And the it goes out for a goal kick, a corner kick, I believe, but I've seen the referee pointing somewhere there. I'm not sure if he pointed to the penalty spot. I'm not sure what he was doing there. I think it might be a goal kick instead. Yeah, it's a goal kick instead, guys. Celtic need a striker. I don't know, I like Giamakis, he's alright. Aaron Moy here. Now O'Reilly. O'Reilly can't win back the ball here though, and Hibs are attacking now. And they do win a free kick after Jens fouled the attacker, the Ukrainian striker. And Hibs do win a free kick here. The best finisher in the league is Koláč. I won't hear any different. Yeah, Koláč has been really good so far. Now Martin Boyle for Hibs whips it into the area. But it's cleared away there by Celtic. Now Aaron Moy gives it across to Hagbanovic down that left-hand side. A good counter-attacking chance here for Celtic. Now Hagbanovic finds Giamakis. Now to Bernabei. Back to Hagbanovic. And he kicks out of play. And it's a Hibs goal kick here, guys. 38 minutes played so far. And big news. Livingston are 1-0 up against St Johnstone here. So any St Johnstone fans in the chat, let me know. Let me know. Koláč has pitched more than half his goals are pass backs. I think Koláč has been good so far. He's been really good so far. "13 goals in 16 games. Yeah, that's a really good record. I heard people calling him the Scottish Premier League Haaland. Now James Forrest on the ball here for Celtic. Gives it across to Aaron Moy. Moy now down that right-hand side to Ralston. Ralston whips into the area, but it's cleared their way there by Porteous. They'll go out of play for a Celtic corner kick. Celtic play it quickly there, though. Now Forrest whips it in. Oh, good ball into the area. Giamakis couldn't get his touch on it, though. And he goes out of play for a goal kick for Hibs. Yeah, guys, so far 40 minutes played and it's been all Celtic. This game could finish Anywhere from 3-0 to 7-0. Yeah, not been great for Hibs. Giamakis is the best finisher, was last year's top scorer in the Dutch league. Koláč is a good journeyman who has done very well, taking his chance at Rangers because Morelos is leaving. I'm assuming that's who Fatty is. Yeah, Morelos has been a bit poor recently, hasn't he? But yeah, it's Aaron Moy here now on the ball for Celtic. He's trying to switch the play down to Haksabanovic, but it's a poor pass. And now Kenner's on the ball here for Hibs. The Liberia man. What can he do? Gives it out to the right back for Hibs here. He then passes it back to McCurdy. McCurdy now down that right-hand side for Hibs. Wins a corner though. After Bernabé kicks it against him, but the referee says no, it's a goal kick. And Celtic take it quickly here now with Bernabé chasing the ball up the field. Now Celtic with ball over to Hatate. He taps it in. Is that offside? I think it is offside, guys. I think it's well offside, actually. It's close, actually. It's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Hatate was on loads of space there. It looked like it was offside. The linesman has called for offside, but the replay shows it could have been quite close, but I do think it was just slightly offside. But yeah, guys, still 3-0. But yeah, guys, drop a like on the stream as well. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. And massively, massively appreciated. Yeah, Hatate was offside, guys. But to be fair, though, on the replay, it looked like he was not as offside as first expected. But yeah, he was offside. But Celtic do win a throw in here in their own half after the Hibs player can't keep it in from his teammate's pass. And then he throws it back to Jens. Now Jens to Joe Hart, who's forced to boot it far and wide as the Hibs attacker was putting pressure on him. And the Hibs do win back the ball there from Joe Hart's kick. And it's now with Porteous now. Porteous for Hibs. Boots it long, trying to find the right back down that right-hand side. He manages to do so. Now gives it across to McCurdy. McCurdy, what can he do here? He's got Martin Boyle in the box. Jens wins the ball off of him though. And Celtic are back in possession again. Every time Every time Hibs are attacking though, it's Celtic just winning back straight away, guys. It's very, very dominating performance so far by Celtic. Now Hatate with a shot, and Marshall collects that quite comfortably. The screw was turning on Rodgers. Another poor result today. Yep, it's been really bad so far. But can you blame him or can you blame the ownership for not signing anyone? It's a very interesting topic. In my opinion, they've got the worst keeper in the league. Like, he's absolutely terrible. They sold Kasper Schmeichel to Nice, and then they've got some championship level keeper now playing for them. Absolutely stinking. So that's the first thing they need to do in January, is sign a new keeper. But it is Bernabé now on the ball for Celtic. He gives it across to Cameron Carter-Vickers. He then gives it across to Ralston. Ralston booting it long here, trying to find Giamakis, but it's a poor pass. And David Marshall collects it relatively comfortably there. The camera went to the owner in the stand and he was shaking his head. Aaron Moy here wins a throw-in for Celtic. He throws it across to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now to Giamakis. Giamakis now back to Moy. Can Celtic get another goal before half-time? Let's make it 4-0 before half-time here. Back to Jens. Jens to Carter-Vickers. Carter-Vickers now across to Moy. Moy now forward to Bernabé. Bernabé to Haksabanovic down that left-hand side here. Good chance for Celtic. Gives it back to Bernabé. Bernabé whips it in. It's not a bad cross, but it goes out of play here for a goal kick for Hibs. Luke told you Cameron Carter-Vickers is class. Yeah, he looks really good so far. He's been really, really solid. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Is he your vice captain then? Is he? Obviously, I know he's not your captain. McGregor is, isn't he? But is he the backup captain? Or is it just because a lot of your players are injured? Rodgers always has two good seasons and falls apart. It's a bit of a hard one though for him, to be fair, because they didn't really sign anyone in the summer, and plus their keeper was absolutely terrible, and they lost Fofana, and they lost a fair few players, didn't they? I'm pretty sure. I remember Schmeichel when he was at Falk. Did Kasper Schmeichel used to play for Falkirk? That's funny. There's no way. I remember Madison at Aberdeen. But Giamakis have a chance for Celtic. Good defending there by Hibs, but he does win the ball back again here now. Gives it out wide to Aaron Moy. Moy now whipping it into Hatate. Hatate takes a shot. Scuffs his shot though. And Hibs do clear it away there. Oh yeah, Kasper Schmeichel, Falkirk on loan, 2007. That's funny. That's actually funny. But guys, that's half time though, guys. It is 3-0 Celtic at half time here. Didn't Riyad Mahrez almost join was it St Mirren or Partick Thistle? I'm pretty sure, someone like that. I'm pretty sure Riyad Mahrez almost joined someone in Scotland as well. Would be sad to see Leicester get relegated. I don't think they'll get relegated, guys. But yeah, that would be a big fall from grace, considering they won the Premier League like 6 years ago. But guys, I'm going to take a little break quickly for 15 minutes, but I'll be back for the second half here. My final score prediction is going to be 4-0, I think. 4-0. That's what I'm going to go for. But yeah, guys, I'll be back in 15 minutes. And hello guys, we're back underway for the second half here. There's a couple of substitutions to quickly announce as well. Haksabanovic is coming off the park for Maida. So that's the Celtic substitution. I think that they're just making the one. And I think Hibs are making the triple substitution here. McGuinness is coming on, but I'll read them through in a second here. But yeah, guys, Hibs trying to potentially try and get something out of this game here by making some substitutions, but very, very unlikely now. So we've got McGuinness coming on for the number 99 Kukhar Beric, the Ukrainian striker. At least I can pronounce McGuinness a bit easier than the striker's name. And we've also got Yuan coming on for, is it Yuan, number 23 for Hibs. And then we've got Rocky as well. Rocky. Interesting. But yes, Hibs are getting us up underway here for the second half now, guys. Yeah, so it was Yuan coming on for Yuan, Cabraja, and someone else coming on for other Hibs players. I think they made 4 substitutions. I'll read them out now, guys, because I missed that completely. And they made quite a lot of substitutions here at half-time. But I'll read those through now. But yeah, guys, it was a very dominant first half for Celtic, so I'm expecting probably more of the same for the second. But we will have, hopefully, we can get a few more goals in the game. But it is Joe Hart now on the ball for Celtic. He kicks it along to Jens. Right, yes, there was 4 substitutions. So Cadden came off, Stevenson came off, and McCurdy came off, and then Kukhar came off as well. Win the league, get the Auto Champs League, and some will stay. Jota, Abe, Abada, Kyogo, JJ, CZV post. What do you reckon those players will leave, Sky? Do you reckon Jota will leave in the summer? For me, he's your best player, Jota. He's a really, really good player. Really, really good. Porteous does win a throw in here for Hibs, though. He then throws it quickly to Hanlon, but Hanlon is dispossessed and he goes out of play for a Celtic throw this time, guys, in their own half, though. And it is Bernabei to take it. He throws it onto Maida, and then a Hibs player has gone down there, so it will be a Hibs free kick. But now it's David Marshall here for Hibs, booting it long, trying to find McGuinness up front. But it falls to Ralston instead. Now Ralston booting it forward for Hatate to chase, but it falls to the Hibs centre-back instead. Now across to Forrest. Forrest now to Moy. Moy in the ball now for Celtic. Gives it across to Hatate. Hatate trying to tee up a pass for Moy to chase, but he kicks out of play instead, and it will be a Hibs goal kick here. I do like that left back you guys got, Bernabei. He looks quite good. He's been quite lively so far this game, to be honest. Ralston, on the other hand, not so much. He's quite young as well, isn't he? 22, Bernabei. Argentinian. Interesting. But yeah, guys, if you're new around here as well, drop us a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel as well. Dan uploads regular Scottish football content on the channel. Yeah, Jota has missed. Best player for me. Also, yeah, he's a good player, Jota. Really good player. Right, Luke, did you have a wee prawn sandwich for break there and your Earl Grey cup of tea? No, I didn't, guys. I had a bottle of water for one sandwich. But it was Celtic on the attack there with Bernabei, and he just foul Hanlon, so Hibs do win a free kick there. Now Kene on the ball for Hibs, misplaces his pass, and Hatate wins it back here, trying to find Moy there from his pass, but it was a poor pass, and then Hibs do get it back again here. Now with their left back, who boots it long down that right hand side, trying to find McGuinness. McGuinness chases it now. He's in a lot of space here on that right hand side. He gives it across to number 32. Number 32 shoots, and it's blocked there by the Celtic defence, and it goes out of play here for a throwing, and Ewan will take it. I need to learn some of these new Hibs players that came on. So we've got Ewan, McGuinness, number 7, Kabaraja as well, and Bushry. Quite a few changes. It's quite weird to make 4 changes at half time, guys. I think things really went down the pan for them. Hibs with a shot there, terrible shot, and Joe Hart is not troubled at all. Then it will be a goal kick for Celtic. Joe Hart plays it quickly here to Cameron Carter-Vickers. He then gives it across to Ralston. Ralston now across to O'Reilly. Now back to Cameron Carter-Vickers again. He then gives it back to Joe Hart. Joe Hart now to Jens. Jens here bombing forward with the ball. He loves a good run up the pitch, doesn't he, him? He's trying to find Hatate with a pass there, but his pass is misplaced, and Hanlon wins it back here for Hibs. Now across to the left back here. Now the left back to Martin Boyle. Martin Boyle chasing the ball down here, but that man Cameron Carter-Vickers does win the ball off Martin Boyle. He's a big boiled Cameron Carter-Vickers, isn't he? He's a very good build for a centre-back. Bernabei, I think, just a second or third start, only as Taylor is injured. I didn't like Taylor when he came, but he's massively improved. Now deserves to be at the club, but isn't good enough to start. Yeah, I think Greg Taylor was really good. I watched him against... what did I watch him? Was it against the Leipzig game initially? And you guys scored, obviously, the equaliser, I think. He was quite lively as well. He was a very good... a good little player, Greg Taylor. I remember him his days at Kilmarnock. I think it was it Kilmarnock? It was Kilmarnock, wasn't it? Or was it St Johnstone? I can't remember. Greg Taylor. I'll have a little look. But he was like quite a good young talent at the time. Greg Taylor. It was either Kilmarnock or St Johnstone, I can't remember. It was Kilmarnock. Yeah, Kilmarnock. No, I think Greg Taylor's on the bench, guys. I don't think he's actually injured. I think Greg Taylor is on the bench. I'll check though. Yeah, Greg Taylor's on the bench, guys. At the moment, it's McGregor's injured, Jota's injured, some other players as well. I can't remember. There's quite a few. Let's have a look. But yeah, now Celtic on the attack here now with Forrest again. He's been really, really good so far this game. He gives it across to Giamakis. Now Giamakis trying to do a 1-2 of him, but Giamakis' pass is dispossessed there and won back by Hibs. But now Moy on the ball for Celtic. Moy now to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now across to Hatate. Hatate now trying to find Giamakis, but it was a poor pass. But Maida does win it back for Celtic, and he runs out of play for a Hibs throw in here in their own half. McGregor is back after the World Cup, supposedly. Where's Dan? Is he in asylum after the Wednesday night massacre? He's in hiding, guys. He's in hiding. Yeah, I think both Jota and McGregor are back end of the month. I'm pretty sure. I was checking it before the game because I wanted to see Jota because I know he got injured. But it is Celtic here and now on the ball here now again. Sorry, gives it across to Maida down that left-hand side. Maida with a chance here, whips it across, trying to find a Tarte. It was a good chance there for Celtic, but Maida's cross is a bit poor, trying to find a Tarte. And Hibs do clear it away. Now Hibs on the other end here with Martin Boyle claiming for a foul, but the referee's not having it. Taylor has turned his game around good though. This is where majority were against the guy. I also don't think he was injured. No, he's not injured, but he's been really good so far. Scottish Jordi Alba. Maida here chasing the ball down from a Hibs pass back, but David Marshall gets there first. Now Hibs passing it up the field here, but Jens wins it back for Celtic. And Hibs just can't string a pass together, guys, at the moment. Celtic are just winning everything. Hibs been really, really poor so far this game. Really, really poor. Aaron Moy now on the ball for Celtic. Gives it across down to James Forrest, who's offside, unfortunately. And it will be a free kick to Hibs here. Need another goal, then get the subs on. Yeah. Tarte here now. James Forrest takes a shot. Oh, blocked there. Could have been 4. Could have been his 3rd. But it was a good block there by the Hibs defender. Now Hibs attacking down that right-hand side with Martin Boyle. Martin Boyle now to Ewan. Ewan shoots. It's 3-1. Hibs get a goal back. Hibs get a goal back. Absolutely. His name Ewan. Ewan scored there. And there's that man Martin Boyle with the assist. We all know how good Martin Boyle can be on his day. And he's just proven why he's worth 40, 50 million. A nice ball in there to Ewan. And Ewan taps it away near post. And Joe Hart couldn't save it. 3-1, guys. 3-1. Game on. Game on. Joking. It's not game on. That was their first proper chance of the game so far. But they made a good little finish, though. Good little finish. No clean sheet today in Glasgow. It is Ewan. Came out of nowhere, really. Bit of a link-up play between him and Martin Boyle. And now Celtic attacking down that right-hand side here. Gives it back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Joe Hart now. Joe Hart to Jens. Jens now driving forward with the ball again here. Trying to ping it across to Tarte, but the Hibs defender wins it back. Now Kenner here. Trying to pass it across back to the Hibs midfielder. Loses it though. James Forrest with a shot! And it's 4-1. James Forrest hat-trick. And that Kenner pass. Did you guys see that? If you're watching the game now, did you see that pass by Kenner? He tried to kick it and he misplaced his kick and it fell into the path of James Forrest there. Very, very poor. Hibs are stinking. Absolutely stinking. Oh my god. That Kenner, absolute howler. He's done that twice already. I've seen it before. I've seen him do that before earlier. Trying to pass a ball without taking a touch and he just miskicks it. But a lovely strike there by James Forrest to get his hat-trick. And well deserved as well. He's been the best player on the pitch by far. Four 4-1. Fair play to Forrest, though. Brilliant game so far. Hibs now on the ball here with Yuan. Yuan is dispossessed though, and Carter Vickers does get the ball back here for Celtic, who just taps out for a throw in here for Hibs. Now Hibs with a chance down that left-hand side. They pass it back to Kenner. Kenner loses the ball again here. But then Hibs win it back again. Now Moy wins it back for Celtic. Now Giamakis here. Giamakis trying to pass it back to O'Reilly. But the Hibs man wins it back for them again. Gives it back to Porteous. Porteous now to Kenner. Back to Porteous. Porteous now switching play down the right-hand side for Hibs. Now it's Martin Boyle. Boyle now to his right back. Now back to Boyle. Now Boyle to his midfielder. He loses possession but wins it back straight away. And then he's fouled there and it will be a Hibs free kick. Hibs play it quickly here. Martin Boyle with a chance down the right-hand side. Whips it in and it goes straight into Joe Hart's hands. Yeah, Forrest should be playing instead of Maida. Yeah, Maida's on the park now though. Maida's down the left-hand side. But he's been a bit quiet so far. But Forrest has been absolutely excellent in this game. Been really, really good. Really, really good. Obviously the Celtic legend, if you will. But Hibs do win a throw in here, sorry, after the Celtic defence do boot it out of play. And it is the right back to take it quickly. He throws it up to number 7 for Hibs. He then tries to boot it long, trying to find Yuan again to chase it down, but it falls to Joe Hart instead here. Now Joe Hart rolls it out to Ralston. Ralston now across to Forrest. Forrest is dispossessed and he goes out of play here for a Celtic throwing. What's the story behind number 49, Forrest? Is it the league titles or something? Come on, Celtic, make it 5-1, please. Guys, I think it's going to... Someone said 6-1 earlier. Someone did say 6-1. I think it was a Rangers fan actually said 6-1 Celtic. He's on track to get his prediction correct. But yeah, guys, drop a like on the stream as well. We are on 38 likes so far. If we can get to 50 before the end of the game, that'd be massively appreciated. Time for a sub, Ange. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Get someone else in the park. But Hibs do have a throw in here, down that right-hand side in Celtic's half. He throws it into the box. Falls into the path of Porteous, who heads it on, but Joe Hart collects it. Good chance there from the throw-in. Nice, good throw-in there. Our defence hasn't been as good since Starfelt's injury. Sounds mad as he can be a bomb scare, but was certainly improving and a good partner to be immensely good. Cameron Carter-Vickers. Oh, it certainly was improving and a good partner to the immensely good Cameron Carter-Vickers. Yeah, not looking the best so far. I'm not a big fan of that Jens guy. He's a bit Hibs with a shot here though. Good block there by the Celtic defence. And another shot by Hibs. And it's a good save by Joe Hart. And Celtic do have the ball back here with Joe Hart. James Alexander, Big Ange will soon be away. Michael Ross says, hope Gio stays. I'm assuming you're a Celtic fan. Joe Hart boots it long here. It falls to the Hibs players here in the midfield. Now Hibs down that left-hand side. Ball whipped into the area. Falls to Martin Boyle. It's just cleared away there. I think it's a Hibs corner kick. Jens cleared it away with his head there, I believe. Putting his head on the line so Martin Boyle couldn't convert it. 64 minutes played so far, guys. 4-1. Good, the majority Celtic this half. Hibs had a fair good chance earlier on as well, and they obviously converted it. But Hibs do have a corner now, though. What can they do from it? Whips it in. Falls to Yuan's head here, and it's headed just over the bar. It'll be a goal kick for Celtic. That's good, though. Celtic are making some substitutions now, guys. Some players are coming on. About time as well. 65 minutes played. Forrest is coming off the park, I believe. Absolutely brilliant performance from him tonight. For me, my man of the match so far. So Bard is coming on, and Bilgard is coming on as well for O'Reilly and Forrest. But it is Hibs now on the ball here. Down that left-hand side. What can they do from here? Porteous. Cross to Boyle. Ball shoots! Oh, good strike. But it just goes wide at the post there. Why has no one signed Martin Boyle yet? Another chance here from the goal kick from Celtic. And it just gets tapped over the bar there by Joe Hart. Not too sure what happened there. That was very quick. Pat Santa says Gio must stay. I think Gio is terrible. I think he's absolutely terrible. But Celtic do have a goal kick here, though, guys. Joe Hart boots it long. Trying to find a Barda now. But it falls to the Hibs defender instead. Now Maida's on the ball for Celtic. Gives it across to Hatate. Hatate, what can he do here? Gives it to Aramoy. Moy now to Abada. Tries to dip it into the area there, but it overhits it and it goes out of play for a goal kick for Hibs there. Yeah, guys, how good was James Forrest tonight? It was absolutely excellent. Really, really good. Hibs take their goal kick now. Falls to their right back. He boots along here, trying to find that man Yuan. But Celtic defence do win it back with Cameron Carter-Vickers. He then boots along here, trying to find Hatate. But his pass is misplaced and it falls back to David Marshall here. Marshall now booting it long for the left back to chase, but he boots out of play here. There'll be a Celtic throw-in. Now a Barda on the ball here. Now a build guard. Build guard. Dips over for Hatate to chase, but it falls back to David Marshall again here. No neck, but 3 goals. James Forrest. Cameron Carter-Vickers gives it across to Jens. Now back with a build guard. A build guard now to Hatate. Hatate now driving forward with the ball here for Celtic, but he is nearly tackled there by Kenner, but he manages to keep the ball and give it back to Jens. Now Jens across to Cameron Carter-Vickers, who then boots it long for Ralston. Ralston then can't keep his touch and control, and he gives it back to the Hibs player. Hibs now on the ball down that left-hand side here. But Aaron Moy wins it back. Hibs are terrible. It has to be said. They just can't keep the ball. Keep losing it. Aaron Moy whips it across to Maida. Maida now across to Abada. Abada now back to Maida. Now back David Marshall gets the ball back here again after Bernabei's cross was collected by the Scottish keeper. Forrest must be jealous of Joe Hart's neck. Besides Forrest, I think that Bernabei has been really, really good. Your left back looks really, really good. Has to be said. Kyogo's coming on, guys, as well now for Celtic. Well, who's he going to come on for? He's coming on for Hatate, I believe. Kyogo on for Hatate. I'm a fan of Kyogo. I do like him. I think he's a good little player. But I also like Hatate as well. Does he always bow when he gets off the pitch, Hatate? Is that a thing that he does? Bows. Crazy guy, crazy guy. But Kyogo's coming on the park now. Good attack and play here now. Barda takes a shot. Goes out of play for a goal kick for Hibs. But Celtic want more, though. They want more goals. Nice ball there by Moy to find a Barda initially. The strike was a bit poor, though. What do you guys think of Aaron Moy, then? How's he been for you so far? Good? Crap? Average? Someone said he couldn't cross a ball earlier. He's been alright so far. But it's Joe Hart now booting it along, trying to find Kyogo, but it falls to Maida instead. Now Maida is dispossessed there by Kenner. Now Hibs back in possession here. But they lose the ball straight away, but it falls back to the Hibs right back. Now across to the Hibs right winger. Now back to Porteous. And Kyogo wins it back for Celtic. Kyogo now gives it across to Abada. Giamakis now. Now back to Maida. Hibs win it back again. Hibs are stinking, guys. Absolutely stinking today. But Martin Boyle now on the counter-attack for Hibs is offside. He was chasing down a loose ball there, down the right-hand side, but he was offside. I think the game's done and dusted now, to be fair, but maybe some more goals just for entertainment purposes, I think, would be ideal. For Giamakis here, looks like he's hurt himself there on his foot. Hopefully he's okay. Maybe the back of his calf. We will see if he's okay to continue. Giamakis looks like he's hurt himself. I think he'll be able to walk it off though. DPG loves Cameron Carter-Vickers. Cameron Carter-Vickers quietly immense. Some players do their work quietly. That shows their quality. Big man doesn't break a sweat. He looks great. He's been really good so far today. Now Celtic down the attack, down the right-hand side. Abada whips it into Giamakis. It's 5-1, guys. Giamakis makes it 5-1. Celtic, and a lovely play there down that right-hand side from Abada to find Giamakis. That's 5, guys. That is 5-1. I think it's done and dusted now. Abada there with the ball into the area, gets his assist. And Giamakis, all he has to do is tap it in, but it's a nice finish as well, bottom left corner. It's an absolute pumping here. To be honest with you, Celtic deserve it because Hibs have been absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Don't know where Hibs would be without Martin Boyle, to be fair. But yeah, Giamakis is still kind of holding his calf there a little bit. Hopefully he is okay to continue. I think he'll be fine for now, but it's quite a worrying sign that he is a bit in a bit of discomfort there. So maybe hold off the last substitution for now. Pretty sure we can still make another substitution. Celtic, can they? Hatate, yeah. Giamakis now could get a hat-trick as well, which would be pretty cool. We want 7. Aaron Moy here now. Gives it across to Ralston. Now Ralston for Celtic. Cross to Abada. Abada now on the ball for Celtic. Now back to Ralston. Ralston whips it into the area, but it bounces off the Hibs defender back, and it'll go out for play for a Celtic corner kick. Celtic here with Abada from the corner. He plays it across to Aaron Moy. Now Moy. Gives it back to Abada. Abada now to Kaig on the edge of the box here. Kaig got a shot. Hits the bar. Falls back out to the Celtic player. Takes a shot and it trickles out into the Hibs defence and they clear it away here. But Kyogo hits the bar there. Hits the post. Lovely strike there. Unlucky not to get it into the back of the net. Giamakis is coming off the park, guys, though. He won't get his hat-trick today. But I think he's in a bit of discomfort anyway, so it's probably the right choice to make sure he stays fit. And McCarthy is coming on for him. McCarthy. 34 league goals in 10 league games. Not bad from Celtic. Not bad at all. 15 minutes, guys, left to play of normal time. Yeah, he's off, guys, now. He's off. Giamakis is off. It's a shame. Obviously, he probably would have liked to get a hat-trick, but I think he's pretty happy because he looked like he was a bit sore there. But it's made now for Celtic. Whipping it across here to Abada, but the Hibs defender gets in the way and heads it back to his keeper. It was a good shot, wasn't it? Kyogo's shot earlier was a really nice shot, to be fair. Quite unlucky. Yeah, guys, I think there'll be another goal as well. I don't think it will finish 5-1. It is Ralston now here for Celtic. He's driving forward with the ball here. Gives it across, trying to find Maida. But it bounces off the Hibs defender and it falls to David Marshall's hands instead. David Marshall now rolls it out to Porteous. I think it's Porteous. Now, Hibs in possession here down that left-hand side with their left back. What can they do here? Absolutely nothing, as they are dispossessed again, but they do win it back, though, again. And they lose it again here, and it is Abada on the ball now for Celtic down that right-hand side. Gives it across to Moy. Moy now back to Abada. It's a bit of a poor chipping pass, though, and Hibs defender does win it back here. But then he's tackled by Moy, and then Hibs defenders forced to clear it out for a throw-in for Celtic. Now McCarthy. Ralston. Now across to McCarthy. Takes a shot, but it's blocked there. And Hibs do clear it away. And do get a throw in as well here for the bounce off the Celtic players back. Hibs do make their final substitution as well here, guys. 12 minutes left to play. Obviously, they made 4 at the half-time break, which is a bit bizarre. Hasn't really helped at all. And it is Mitchell coming on for Kenner. Kenner's had a stinker, by the way. Kenner was absolutely stinking. Probably was at fault for the 4th Celtic goal. But Hibs are in possession now, though. With Newell. Newell then whipping it down that right-hand side. to find Mitchell. Mitchell taking a shot. Joe Hart collects it quite comfortably there, though, guys. Mitchell is a man that's on the park. Got some fresh legs on the pitch. No more goes, please. I think there'll be another one, guys. McCarthy here. Gives it across to Abada. Now Abada on the ball here for Celtic. Whips it into the area. And it falls to Moy. Oh, it takes a shot, but David Marshall gets there first. Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. Pat Santa says stay 5 on Celtic. Why is that? Hibs now on the ball with Mitchell down that right hand side. He gives it across to Ewan, but Ewan loses the ball there, and Aaron Moy gets it back for Celtic. Now Moy dips over for Kyogo to chase, but it falls to Abada instead here. Abada in rooms of space down that right hand side. What can he do with the ball? He's one-on-one with his Hibs man. The Hibs defender comes out on top though as he gets a tackle in. But Abada does win the ball back here. He gives it now to Ralston. Ralston now back to Abada. Abada here for Celtic. Gives it back to, is that McCarthy? And now it's McCarthy. McCarthy now across to Bernabei. What can he do, Bernabei? Gives it across to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now back to Bernabei again. Back to CZV. Now back to Joe Hart there. Joe Hart to Jens. Jens now to Bernabei. He's chasing the ball down, but it falls to David Marshall instead there. MKS says, I think that Celtic might just win this. I got a good feeling about it. Do you reckon? It's going to be a close one, guys. It's going to be a tough last 10 minutes for Celtic, I think. That's Hibs coming to the game slowly. But Martin Boyle now on the ball for Hibs. He is the danger man, obviously. What can he do? Gives it across to Mitchell here. Mitchell now to Hanlon. Hanlon now to Newell. Newell now back to Hanlon. Hanlon now to Mitchell. Mitchell whips it into the area. It's cleared away by Cameron Carter-Vickers. And now it falls to Kyogo. Kyogo now to Abada, I believe that is. Abada now one-on-one with a Hibs defender. Abada running forward here with the ball. And it's a good tackle there by Campbell to win it back for Hibs. There's no one like McCarthy. Is he a bit of a stinker, is he? That's why McCarthy's on the pitch. Kyogo took a knock. He's on the floor now, guys. Kyogo, is he hurt? What happened here? It was a bit of a challenge there with the Hibs player. Brushery tackled Kyogo, and Kyogo looked like he hurt himself there a little bit. Hopefully he's okay to continue. I think he will be. But we'll see. We will see. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, but Celtic being a much better side. Is Kyogo coming off, guys? He's walking to the touchline here. I think he's fine. I think he's just going to walk it off. I think the game's just going to resume whilst he's on the sideline there. I think he's fine, guys. He's fine. He's fine. Now Hibs in possession here with a long ball forward. Trying to find Mitchell on that run down that right-hand side, but it falls to Joe Hart instead there, and Joe Hart collects it. Joe Hart now to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Carter-Vickers now to Ralston. Ralston now across to McCarthy here. McCarthy with a long ball forward. for Maida to chase. Maida is chasing it, but Hannon wins it instead. And it goes out of play there for a goal kick for Hibs. Now David Marshall here for Hibs. He boots it along here. Finds Campbell. Campbell now across to Mitchell. Campbell now on the ball for Hibs. Gives it out left, down the left-hand side here. Can he whip a ball into the area? He does. A potential handball there? No. Celtic clear it away. Falls to Ralston. Ralston now trying to head it onto Abada. But Campbell wins it back here for Hibs. Gives it down to the left back here. Now back to Campbell again. Campbell here. Ball into the area for Hibs. It's a bit of a poor cross there. And it falls to Hannon here on the other side, on the right-hand side. He whips another ball into the area for Hibs, and then Ralston heads it away for Celtic. And then Aaron Moy chases the ball down off the Hibs defender. And Hibs win a throwing here now. Hibs laying down for Celtic yet again. Oh, what a surprise. Yeah, they've been really, really poor. McCarthy here now for Celtic. Dispossessed by Yuan. Yuan now to Campbell. Campbell now on the ball for Hibs. Gives it out left. Ball into the area. And it's cleared away by Cameron Carter-Vickers now to Ralston. Ralston now across to Maida. Maida now on the ball for Celtic, driving forward down that left-hand side. Maida now. What can he do? Referee's calling for a foul on a Hibs player there, I believe. I'm not too sure what that's about. Something Kyogo did. I'm not too sure what happened there. He pushed the Hibs defender for no apparent reason whatsoever. So it's a fair free kick for Hibs there. I don't know why he's doing that. Maybe because that's the guy that fouled him earlier on. Now Yuan here to Campbell. Campbell's dispossessed by McCarthy. McCarthy trying to find a Bardo down the right-hand side. But it goes out of play for a Hibs throw-in. Hibs take the throw-in now. Pass it back to their defence. Now to David Marshall. Marshall boots it long here, but it falls back to McCarthy. And McCarthy heading on for Maida, but the Hibs defender clears it away again. Call the game early, Pat, yeah? 87th minute. Blow the whistle. Hibs do win a corner kick here, though. Cameron Carter-Vickers was forced to boot it out of play. Good chance for Hibs to get a comeback. Play it short. Now back to the left back here. Whips the ball into the area, but Jens clears it away here. And now Abada will chase it. But Abada wins it, though. Abada now driving forward with the ball here. He's one-on-one with the Hibs keeper. Takes a shot, and it's a somewhat decent save by David Marshall, to be fair. And it falls back out to Aaron Moy. Abada needs to finish those, though. He needs to finish those. Now Moy. Across to Bernabé. What can Bernabé do here? Bernabé now to Jens. Jens now to Ralston. Now to Moy. Moy now to Abada. What can Moy do? Gives it across to Kyogo. Now to Maida. And that is 6-1, guys. What a ball by Moy. Is that offside? Not too sure. Let's have a look. No, it's onside, guys. That is 6-1. Maida makes it 6. And there's a lovely ball there by Moy, I believe. Lovely strike. Lovely finish. That's 6-1, guys. Someone did say 6-1 earlier. He's a Rangers fan as well. Interesting. A lovely ball there by Moy, to be fair. Lovely finish as well. Top quality. Maybe one more. Maybe one more, who knows? I'm sure some Rangers fans wouldn't like that. Hibs back, kick us off back underway here now. I'm sure they can't wait for the final whistle now. Probably had enough of it now. Very poor performance overall from the Edinburgh side. Keep laying down, Hibs. You all knew it was going to happen. Yeah, they've been very, very poor. Marshall now on the ball for Hibs. Boots it long. And the left back will chase it though down that left hand side here. What can he do? Gives it across to Campbell. Campbell now back to the defender. Now back to the winger. Whips the ball into the area, but it's blocked by Cameron Carter-Vickers. And McCarthy will clear it away up to Abada. Abada now back to McCarthy. Now to Moy. Now to Maida. Maida now chasing the ball down that right hand side for Celtic. Gives it across to Abada. Abada now to Kyogo. What can Kyogo do? Takes a shot, deflected, and it goes out of play for a corner kick. And it's still 6-1, guys. It's still 6-1. I haven't changed the score yet, have I? I haven't. 6-1, guys. 6-1. My bad. There'll be 3 minutes left to play, guys, of stoppage time. We're about a minute into that already here. And Celtic do have a chance here down that left-hand side with Abada. He gives it across to McCarthy. Now back to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Carter-Vickers now to Maida. Now across to Ralston. Ralston is tackled and it goes out of play for a throw-in for Celtic in the Hibs half. Guys, we're in the 90th minute now. Can we smash a like on the video? We're nearly at 50 likes. That'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here. Dan posts regular Scottish football content as well for both Celtic, Rangers and Hearts and Hibs and stuff like that. Jens now on the ball. Gives it back to Joe Hart. Now to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now across to Jens. Jens now across to Kyogo. Kyogo another nice backhill there to find Abada. And the Hibs player kicks out a play and it'll be a Celtic throw-in. Can anyone tell me if Haksabanovic has been injured? I don't think he has, guys. I think he just got taken off because Maida came on at half-time. Carter-Vickers now across to Ralston. Ralston now to McCarthy, back to Ralston again. Now to Moy. Moy dips it in for Kyogo, but it's cleared away by Hibs again here. And I think it will finish 6-1, guys, to be fair. Not a bad day at the office for Celtic. A day to forget for Hibs, though. But Maida is on the ball now for Celtic down that left-hand side. Gives it across to Moy. The two Baldies linking up there. Now Moy across to Ralston. Ralston now back to McCarthy. Back to Bernabei. Bernabei's been really good so far this game. Well, Bernabei beats his man. But the referee calls for a foul though, and it'll be a free kick to Hibs, and that'll probably be full time, guys, to be fair. 93rd minute. But yeah, guys, 93rd minute there. And it'll be a Hibs free kick. David Marshall to take the free kick here. Boots it long. And that is the full-time whistle, guys. It ends 6-1 to Celtic. Close game in the end there. Very close game. No, it was a very good game by Celtic. Hibs were stinking, to be fair. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys all very soon. Dan will be back on the channel tomorrow for the Rangers game and potentially the Aberdeen and Hearts game. Who knows? But yeah, guys, thanks for the support on the stream. Make sure you drop a like on there as well and subscribe as well if you're new around here. We upload regular Scottish football content on the channel, and massively appreciate it. I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Goodbye. Take care. Peace.